Good evening, students. Today we start the next point of lesson number 3 is the water cycle. In last period, we see about the 3 states of water and their different processes. Okay, like the melting, evaporation, condensation, freezing, and also we see about the 3 states of matter are interconvertible. Means how these states of that matter is converted from one state to another state. Okay, so this process is also occur in a environment, and due to this the cyclic movement of water is created between the earth and atmosphere. Okay, so this is called the water cycle. Means we can say that the cyclic movement of water between the earth and the atmosphere is called water cycle. Cyclic movement of water between the earth and the atmosphere means this cycle is carried out between the earth and the atmosphere. Atmosphere means between the nature, environment. Okay, so due to this the water cycle is created. So let us see how the water cycle is work in the environment. See one by one. First point, first state, what happened? Sun heat changes the water present in ocean, river and lakes. You know, the most of the water present in a sea, ocean, river and like that small lakes. So due to this sun heat, this water is evaporated. Okay, evaporation means here which process is carried out? Evaporation. Due to evaporation the water changes into vapors and it's converted into water vapor. Okay, so like that evaporation process is carried out in the trees also. You know, in the leaves of the trees the water is present because that trees is absorb the water from the soil, and this water, extra water that evaporated through the surface of the leaves. Okay, and other plant also. So this process is called transpiration process. It's not called evaporation, but this process is called transpiration process. Water transpiration process, the water molecule escape through the surface of leaves and other parts of plant. Okay, is called transpiration. Water vapor from other sources also enter in the atmosphere. Okay, then what happened in third step? As the molecule in water vapor cool down, they come close to the one another and to form a tiny droplets of liquid water. When these water vapors is come closer to one another, then it's form the tiny droplets of liquid water. And if there are lot of such droplets, we see them as a cloud. Means number of the tiny droplet is come close to each other, then it form the cloud. Okay, and we can see the cloud in the sky. Then after that what happened? You know, when cloud is formed, but as the air gets colder, okay, when the air in the atmosphere gets colder, the water droplets in the cloud get larger and larger. The size of these droplets, water droplets, become large till they fall to the earth as a rain. Okay, till they fall to the earth as a rain. See, again I repeat, what happened first? Due to the sun heat, the water get evaporated. Okay, as the molecule in the water vapor cool, they come closer and closer and form the cloud. Then 4 steps, as the air get cooler, the water droplets in the cloud gets larger and larger till they fall to the earth as a rain. Sometime it fall as a hail or snow if the air is a cold enough. When the air is a very cold, then sometimes it fall as a hails or snow. Okay. Then afterward, what happened? As the rain fall on the earth's surface, the some water is remain on the surface of the earth as a ocean, river or lake, and some waters get seep through the porous wall surface of the earth, and this water is called groundwater. Some water is remain on the surface of the earth and some water get absorbed in the surface of the earth. So that's called the groundwater. Okay, that's called groundwater. What? The rainwater seep through the porous rock and collect beneath the surface of the earth. This is called groundwater. You know, in under the ground there is a rocks, and these water get seep through this rock and collect inside the surface of the earth, and this water is called groundwater. So do you understand this water cycle? Here the water cycle is also based on their different processes, how liquid is converted from one state to another. Okay, and is the water cycle. So now turn the page. Now let's us examine what makes water as important to living things. You know, water is very important for living things. So now we studied about the importance of water. You know, our living things all depend on the water. Okay, and its a unique property make water essential to living organism. First, important, water is a major constituent of living thing. About 75% of our body weight is due to the water present in the body. See, water is the major constituent of living thing. As you know that water is essential for our body. Okay, it's also important for our digestion of food. So actually our body weight is 75% body weight is only due to the water. Okay, our 75% weight is about only due to the water, is the first importance. Second, water acts as a means of support. It acts as a skeleton in an organism such as a worm, and such a skeleton is called hydrostatic skeleton. Hydrostatic, hydro means water, so it acts as a support to living organism. Like a skeleton, skeletons give support to our body. Like that, water is also work as a skeleton in our body, and it's called a hydrostatic skeleton. Okay. Third, water is a medium of transport inside the body of living thing. Medium of transport, you know, we take the food and this food is carried, or the important nutrient from the food is carried with the help of water. So water is work as a transport inside our body. Like the vehicles transport the different things from one place to another, like that water transport the food, waste material and important gases like the oxygen in our body. Then fourth point, plants need water in order to manufacture their food. You know, as you study in 4th class, plants need the water to manufacture their food, and with the help of process, which process? Photosynthesis process. Okay, so plant need the water to manufacture their food. Fifth important, water is a medium for several chemical reactions within the body of living thing. Water is a medium for several chemical reactions. In our body, the different reaction is carried out, like the digestions, respiration. Okay, then X-ray, for excretion means excretory systems also. The number of chemical reaction is going on in our bodies. So water is a one type of medium for that reactions, chemical reactions. Okay, and last importance of water, loss of water from the body acts as a cooling mechanism. Loss of water, how the water is lost from our body? From the sweat. Okay, the extra water from our body is removed by which process? By sweating. Okay, and it's a cooling mechanism. It acts as a cooling mechanism in our body. Okay, so this is the importance of water for our living organisms. So read it carefully. Okay, and revise it. Now in the next period we start the need of potable water. Thank you.